Un sabor que no necesita filtros, más cuerpo, más intensidad. Siente sus matices.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Let's just wait 2 minutes to have our people on board. Just 2 minutes. Just 2 minutes. Good evening, Brother Oscar. Good evening, Sister Fola. Good evening, King Solo. We are just trying to wait a minute so that we can have Good evening. I think we are good to start. We just have to start. Please, if you are joining us as the normal routine, try to like or you dislike. Does not stop you of watching and being with us. And the number is open. My number is there, 620-586-038. In case you have any question you want to ask, you want to communicate, maybe you are not having, because you might be using, the reason why we are doing this is because you might be using the same phone to watch this video, so that you can borrow phone to just quickly call and ask your question. And today I'm going to talk a little about sign, which we did this week, and I'm going to touch likely questions in exam which was posted, and I'm going to explain them better to us for the benefit of those that are going to have exam in this month and next month, which we are talking about. So get your manual closer to you, this manual, because we'll be visiting the place. So if you're using the old one, the new one, I might not be able to get the units for you, but I will get appropriately area where it is. What you just need to get clear is the topic where you can find it, and you get it clear. So, and for the people that are having the new one, the new book, I've tried as much as possible to try to collate where they can be able to get their own subheading easily. So just bear with me today if you are still having that. It's just because we are still treating most people that are going for exam are the one that are still using the subheading. So today I said I'm going to talk about sign, and the issue of sign was what I just explained last Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the Friday in our class. And remember, if you're watching this video and you feel like being a student, you're welcome. You just have to call, and we'll tell you the modality of how to do it. We'll make it real, and it is possible. With God, all things are possible. So with God, everything happens. Everything just work on the way it is. Because when you're ready for it, and we prepare you, we are able to give you the best, the easy way to get it done. So that is why we are here today also. So what I want to talk today is I want to talk about sign. Sign is found in most, it has the most page in the book, which is on chapter 8 of the book, or unit 8, the road sign. And it's one question that you might get to exam. You're lucky and they are asking you, what does this sign indicate? What does this sign indicate? You're lucky because it was direct. But always be careful when you think question is cheap. A cheap question is somehow dangerous sometimes if you just jump into it without understanding how to answer question. So how can you answer question? When question comes with the three things. It comes with the question, the picture, and the objective, which is always A to C. Some objective can be A and B alone, but mostly A to C. So when you have a question, what you need to do is that you read twice. Make sure you read it twice and let every word in that question digest in you, because it's very, very important. If it does not digest in you, you cannot get a right answer. And if the question does not relate to the picture, don't go for the picture. Don't look at the picture. If the question talks about the picture, yes, you can look at the picture. But if the question does not talk about the picture, don't look at the picture, because if you're looking at the picture when the question is not talking about the picture, you are tend to fail that question, because the picture will give you another insight of what you don't need to just go for. So an answer that is wrong is what you're going to pick. So when you are able to do that, you now go for the objective. The three objective, one is totally wrong and two seems to look alike. But where you have issues are where you have general law and exceptional cases. So you have to understand when they ask question of general law and when they have a question of exceptional cases. Always know theory that carries general law and theory that carry exceptional cases. So when the question comes up with the exceptional cases, you must be able to go for the exceptional cases in that case. And remember, when question comes about, like for example, about the speed, when he's talking about speed, if the question does not talk about in order to overtake, you don't need to go to overtaking with it. Because when you're talking about taking, we're talking about adding 20 to the maximum speed of that road, which is only applicable to motorcycle and your private car. It is not applicable to mixed vehicle. It is not applicable to lorry. It is not applicable to your car towing a light trailer. So only the first group in the book, which is the car and the motorcycle. Now, let me now talk about sign before we go into the key things for today. The sign is a kind of signal which directs everybody in road safety. It's something you have to obey. It supersedes the traffic rules. It is a rule, but when a sign now comes, the sign changes the rule because the sign prevails over the rule. And as I always say, we have 5 signs. We have 5 signs, and those 5 signs, according to priority, the works. The first one is the police agent, the traffic agent. The second one is circumstantial or warning sign. The third one is the traffic lights, which are always circular ones. The fourth ones are the vertical signs, which are always vertical upon. The fifth one is the road markings. These 5 signs, sometimes 1 contradict 2, 2 contradict 3, 3 contradict 4, or 5 contradict 1. When they contradict each other, sign of different type, you obey the order of priority, how the senior order of priority. But in case the same contradict each other, like number 1 now, which is the police officer. Police officer can contradict each other in a way that one asks you to stop and the other one asks you to go. So in that case, you have to obey the most restrictive out of them, which is stop. Just like number 3. Number 3 is the traffic lights. On getting to a junction, a traffic light shows green and the other one shows red. It means that there's a malfunction on the lighting system. What you have to do is that you have to obey the most restrictive there. Which one is most restrictive? Is the red light stuff. So that is very important when it comes to now sign of the same kind and sign of different kind. Now we go further, talking about sign, the police sign, which when we take the sign 1-1. The sign of the police has 2 ways of expressing their sign. They have a way which you can see and they have a way which you can hear. So that is why it is proper for somebody who have a sound eyesight and a proper hearing to drive, because that is the reason why you do a medical examination before you can be approved to have a sitting for exam. So if you don't have any medical approval, you can't do exam. 2, the police officer can create a sound which is whistle with the help of the whistle. The whistle sounds in 2 ways: long and continuous, po, and short but frequent. Short, po, 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 but frequent. So the short and frequent is for you to stop, just like in football. Po, 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 the match is going to end. But the long whistle, po, means starts moving or starts up. So that is police. Police has another thing of extending their hand. When they hold on to anything, whether that thing has a blue light, green light, red light, or yellow light. Please note this in exam. Many students go to exam, and when police hold a beacon and the beacon is yellow or red, they differentiate it. You don't need to differentiate it. What you need to have, any color of beacon they hold and they are waving it, is telling you to stop. You know, in Nigeria, most police don't have beacon, they have wood. So it's not having light. But here they have a reflector which can reflect any color. But when they don't hold a beacon, they only use ordinary hand. They're telling you to reduce speed in that case. Good. Police can have different color flag on their vehicle. Their vehicle can be motorcycle, bicycle, or any kind of vehicle they use. When they have a red flag on their vehicle, it means the road is temporarily closed. Temporarily, not closed. If you go and pick close, it means that you said the road is closed permanently. It's temporarily closed because they are going to open it. When they finish, they remove the red flag and they put green, which means the road is reopened for the traffic use. And when they have yellow on it, it means that you have to pass the road with extremely caution. The road is neither open nor closed. So it means that there's presence of danger on that road. So you have to careful when you're using that road. Now, another thing is, if a police bring out their arm, extend it from the window, or they put their lights behind you or at your front, means that you should park to the right side of the road. That is everything you need to know about police, which is the first hierarchy of sign. The second hierarchies are cone, flag, intermittent barriers, beacon, those green something which they use to demarcate. They all fall on the second hierarchy because they are placed on the roadway because of circumstances that prompt the road, it might be due to harbor, it might be due to an accident, or it might be due to they want to block a lane. So they fall after police. They have the second power. That is why a construction person on the roadway, if he contradicts lights, you obey the construction man. Because sometimes if you go to where they are doing repair of road, you will realize that the light is still working. But the construction man still hold a hand pad telling you go or stop. You don't look at the light again because the light is the third hierarchy. And the police officer and the construction man is the second hierarchy. So which you have to obey because of the priority among sign which I explained before. That is back on for you. Now we have the third hierarchy, which is the traffic lights. The traffic lights has 3 colors: the red, the yellow, and the green. As we all know, we know the meaning of the color. But there's something we don't understand when we go to exam. That is, most of this color can be intermittent and can be non-intermittent. Non-intermittent means that it's just changing, it's not flashing. Intermittent means it's flashing. So intermittent yellow is different from non-intermittent yellow. Intermittent yellow is different from non-intermittent yellow. The non-intermittent yellow is the yellow that changed from the green. Is the yellow that changed from the green to the red. That is when you are getting to a traffic light, the traffic light is on green, and later it comes to the yellow to the red. That is the non-intermittent, which is called steady, fixed. That one means the same thing as red light. But intermittent yellow, which is flashing yellow, means go with caution, go with caution, go with caution, go with caution. Try to differentiate the two. Now, we have some other lights which are square lights with arrow inside. The arrow is signaling direction you have to follow. Direction you have to follow. Direction you have to follow. So when you have X red, means that it's not your lane. It's for the lane for the person who is coming from the other side, opposite direction. So you have to get that clear. Now we have the fourth hierarchy, which has a large number in the book. This fourth hierarchy, I always explain to students this way, and I create a formula which I always tell them that all these signs, we have the triangle red, we have the triangle red that faces down. We have only one, nothing is drawn inside. Like now, if you look at this, we have all this triangle red that faces up. They are dangers due to whatever that is drawn inside. I always tell my students when I'm teaching sign, anytime you come across any sign that you can't interpret, screenshot it and send it to me so that I can be able to explain to you. Now, how can I read this? Danger due to whatever that is drawn inside. Danger due to uneven road, that is combination of ups and deep. Danger due to the road may be slippery. Danger due to narrow way. Be careful in exam. This is not narrow. This is just the road permits two traffic flow. Narrow, when narrow comes in exam, narrow has a bend ahead. But when a narrow question comes, watch whether narrow from the left or narrow from the right or narrow normal. Danger due to wide line. Danger due to crossed wind. So circular red, triangle red that faces up are danger, danger, danger. We still have some other triangle red. Look at this. Danger due to open bridge. Danger due to a proximity of an area controlled by traffic light. Danger due to series of bend, forced to whether to the right or to the left. Danger due to ascending or descending. The way anyhow. Ascending means you are going up. Descending means you are coming down. This is railway crossing with or without barrier. Now, apart from those triangle danger, 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 we have other ones which one triangle red that faces down. It does not have anything inside. That is just give way. That is give way sign. Now, after that, we have a circular red. Circular red are prohibition or restriction. They prohibit whatever that is drawn inside. The first one, prohibition for all automobile. Only motorcycle can enter there. It permits motorcycle, but motorcycle with a sidecar, no, because it has a 4 tire already. Prohibition for goods vehicle that has that kg. Water polluted material that is more than 1,000 liters. A lorry towing a trailer that is more than 2,000 kg, prohibition. So circular red are prohibition, 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 prohibition stuff. Just example, when you have this is the circular red, but it comes in another way. Is it? This is no parking. No parking from this day, from on the 1st to on the 15th, which is the fourth fortnight. First fortnight. On the 16th to 31st is second fortnight. And remember, if this question comes, can you stop? Yes, but you cannot park on these days. On these days, you cannot park. This is a limited parking area, an area that has number of places to park. When the number is filled, it shows occupado, that is full. This is no parking, no stopping. This is no parking on the even days. Even days of the month are days that can be divided by 2. So if they put 1, no parking on the odd days of the month. Sometimes we have Vado in front of garage. You cannot park, but you can stop. If a question comes, can you stop in front of this garage? Yes. Be careful when a question is asking you, can you stop? Or the question is asking you, can you park? So when the question says, can you stop? Answer as stop. The only thing that prohibits you to stop here is only this one, which says no stopping, no parking. All the other ones permit me to stop, but does not permit me to park. Good. Look at this sign here. This sign is yellow. It's yellow. They crossed it. There's one that they didn't cross it. The first one you're going to see is the one they didn't cross, which means it's telling you have priority in all the junction until when it's crossed. So when it's crossed, the priority finishes. The priority finishes. From after the circular red, we have the circular blue. The circular blue. The circular blue, obligation to put on at least the beam headlights. You can still on full light if it's permitted, but you know full light is used outside of town. This time permit full light, but at least when they say at least the beam headlight means that you can also use full light when you see the sign if it's permitted without blinding or dazzle. Because question comes that can you use your full headlight here? Yes. A telepath system, obligation. Circular blue means obligation, obligation, obligation. Now, when you see a white crossed, end of prohibition, end of prohibition, end of red, prohibition, prohibition, end of prohibition of maximum speed, end of minimum speed, minimum speed. After that, look at this. We still have the circular blue, which are obligation to go this direction, obligation for all motor vehicle to use it, only motorcycle. But motorcycle with sidecar, yes. Obligation for goods vehicle. What are goods vehicle? Lorry and van. Obligation for motorcycle. There's difference between motorcycle. Note this. Go and know the difference between motorcycle, bicycle, and mope. Motorcycle is this. It has somebody on top with helmets. Mope is thicker in diagram. Bicycle is tiny. Obligation to use at least snow chain tire. After that, we have other ones which are square or rectangle. That's recommendation. Recommended maximum speed interval range from 72. So if it's just normal 70, they put there just recommended maximum speed. Recommended maximum speed. Just don't pick ordinary recommended speed. Doesn't like recommended speed. Recommended maximum speed. Recommended area, entrance of a tunnel. Recommended for an emergency zone. Recommended to go straight on. End of lane 1 become 2, 1 coming. I want to show more recommended so that we can get some things clear. This is a recommender. This panel is blue. It's found on motorway, dual carriageway, and highway for automobile. On conventional road is white. So it comes in exam. When you have 3 stripes, it means 300 meters to the next exit. Where is the exit? To the left or to the right? Where it's slant to. If it's 200 meters to the next exit, 100 meters to the next exit. End of residential area. Remember, I taught you that the maximum speed in residential area is 20. Recommended area for change, U-turn at different level, whether under the bridge or on top of the bridge. A lay-by in the tunnel. A track, a lane for bicycle. You know, bicycle, a lane for bicycle and pedestrian can use it. Mope cannot use it. But when it comes to lights that shows bicycle, the light controls bicycle and mope. Look at this sign. This triangle is what yellow background is due to Obra construction. Background, anything that has background of yellow is due to construction. Just like when you have on the road also, they are all due to construction. So the last hierarchy of road is the road markings. That is, road marking can be in any color. Most common one are white. Can we have blue? We can have different color. So this is road markings. Road markings, whatever diagram drawn on the roadway. This is return back to the lane because you're getting to an area, can be a place of reduced visibility due to danger or proximity of a longitudinal line that is not broken. So because they want to close the broken line, that is why they are giving you a feedback arrow. This is an island. Hash markings, the separate flow of traffic. This is the beginning of a bus lane. If they didn't put taxi, only meant for bus. But if they want taxi to use it, they'll put taxi also. A zigzag yellow on the roadway means no parking, but you can stop. But a longitudinal long yellow that is not broken, a solid one, means no parking, no stopping. But when it's broken, means you can stop, but you can park. An emergency braking area, you cannot park there. Question comes then, can you park on emergency braking area? You cannot park. It's only meant for involuntary parking, maybe due to brake failure. Please, if you're joining us, try to like the button, show the thumb up on the button, or you dislike, show the thumb up and dislike, because we only have 3 people that likes on the. Please try to like if you're watching us. So we have some other signboard like this. Panel to read. Panel. When you have a blue panel and they ask you what road are you driving on, you have to look the arrow, they are faces down or faces up. That arrow is telling you the kind of road you are driving on. And blue panel connotes motorway or dual carriageway. White panel telling you conventional road. That's the difference. We use panel. Now, when you have the arrow slants to the left or to the right, slants, then Las Rosas in the next exit is telling you next exits. Next exit is still a blue panel, which means my next exit road is still motorway or dual carriageway. In the next 500 meters, which they put on top. So after I pass under the sign, in the next 500 meters, look at this. This triangle I told you is the triangle which I talk about giveaway. That's the only triangle that faces down. Nothing is drawn inside, is giveaway. But under it, they have a complementary panel which says stop in 100 meters, which means in the next 100 meters, you're going to see the giveaway for you to stop first. So if you're giving this in exam, I say, can you stop? Yes, I have to obey stop. This is another complementary panel. Because they put arrow beside it on this length inside means how long the danger which is placed on it will last. But if they remove the arrow, means the length to that beginning of that danger. Look, recommended maximum speed 70. Under it, you have a complementary panel of rainfall. They're recommending 70 because of the rainfall. That's how to read it. Now, look at this. This sign means direction to the emergency exits. There are two questions they ask about it in exam. What does this sign indicate? Direction to the emergency exits. Where can it be found? In the tunnel. The other one that I just have ordinary door is exit, the exits. But this one is direction to the emergency exits. So that is what we need to know about sign. So if you go to exam and you're giving sign, be calm. Sign and speed are very, very interesting, very funny when they come near. They are cheap questions when you understand them, when you understand the formula of how to approach them. So be very calm. Don't time yourself in exam. Don't be nervous. So most time when you go for the exam for the first time, because most of us 10, 20 years ago is when you did the exam last. So you can it has been long you are under a deep rest. Someone is monitoring you, watching you. So the nervousness might be there. But when nervousness come up, you forget a lot of things you study. So you have to just calm down. Watch the question. If the question is not bringing out answer from the brain, leave the question, go for another one. Don't waste your time there. But make sure that you've read it twice already. You know, I told you, don't jump read. Don't scan read. Read like a baby. Good. So today, that is everything about sign. If you have any question on sign, you can call in on 620-586-038. Or if you feel like joining us as a student, you can still call us also. So I'm going to the likely question that one of our students sent, which was going to help us. That's where we're going to base. I went through it and I was marveled and I said, good, it tallies with what I have on ground to teach today. So thank you for the brother that was able to give us this. Some people have been going to exam and they are not, they don't even ready to do it. So we thank you. So I will need you to have your book with you because we're going to go together. So if you have your book, just say yes. Type yes and let me see if I'm still talking with, not I'm teaching ghost. Let me know that I'm talking while I'm still talking. So type yes if you have your book with you. If you have your book, yes. 1 yes, 2 yes. Let me have 3 yes and I go. 3 yes and I go. Who is the third person that will support that? 3 yes. Very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. So 4 years, good. 5 years. That's great. That's great. So now, please hope we are getting what I'm explaining because I take time to summarize the sign. Now we're going into that likely. The first question, which the person said, he said we can see it from subheading 241. 241. 241. You see what I'm going to be doing. What I'm going to be doing is when you open that subheading, I'm going to tell you all the question in that subheading. All the question in exam in that subheading. So just follow me up. I'm not going to take you much time, but I'm going to tell you all the question in that subheading. So 241. In 241, when I give subheading, I ask you to read. For people that are having the new book, is road sign where you have this. Road sign, this is subheading. So if you open your road sign, which is unit 8, go towards the middle of that chapter, you will see this. So that is what we. So the first one there is telepayment. Blue. And I told you blue is recommendation. So that thing is telepass. Telepass is a means of payment that is not card. They always ask me, is it a card? No. Is a kind of registration of your plate number that when you get there, is a lane. It's placed on a lane in the toll gate. So when you get there with this square blue, it means that there's another means of payment in that place. When you don't have telepass, somebody is there to collect money or somebody is there to collect card. So that's it. The second one There under is this bicycle. Bicycle on the signboard or on the ground in any color, whether on blue, brown, red, green. Just know that is a cycle path. And what is cycle path for? Cycle path can be used by pedestrian and bicycle. It comes in exam. Now, the last one under it is a lay-by. Lay-by is the side in the tunnel. If something happens to your car in the tunnel where you can push your car to, it's just a lay-by in the tunnel. That lay-by is found in the tunnel. So that is every question you can get from that subheading 4214. The second one is 229. 229. 229. 229. For the benefit of those that are using the new book, 229 is this place where you have the sign. The sign. Look at it. So if you're having a new book, just try to follow up with the page. It's still on unit 8. So when you open your unit page, just bam, bam, you will see where you have the white one. Now, on that unit 8, the white is telling you end of prohibition. End of prohibition. End. Everything that has beginning has an end. When they put a maximum speed, when they want to end the maximum speed, is it that they end it like this? They end the minimum speed. Sorry, minimum speed is blue. They end the minimum speed like this. But maximum speed, that is red, they end it like this. They end it like this. Is now no overtaking has ended. Before you have prohibition to overtake. But now, prohibition to overtake has ended. Now you can overtake when you see this. A lorry that is more than 3,500 can now overtake when it sees this, because this sign is lorry and this is a car. Are we clear? Good. So that is it. Another one that was given is subheading 219. 219. 219. 219. Please hope we are getting. Are we getting what I'm saying? Please, if you're getting me, put yes. If you're getting me, please put yes again. Let me hear yes from 3 people. Minimum of 3 people. If you're getting my explanation, please let me have your yes. 1, 2, 3. Good. Good. So that I will know that I'm teaching you are not robots. Even when you want to solicit anything, they ask you to put robots, if you're not robots. So please bear with me. So what are we talking about? What we're talking to, sorry. Sorry, I'm going. 219. 219 is just that sign I just explained before. Look at this, where you have no parking, no stopping, no parking alone, but you can stop. You can stop. Stopping. Another word for stopping in exam is pullover. You say pullover. You say no pullover, no stopping. Good. So no stopping on the even day, no stopping on the odd days. This is the Vado I told you. Front of a shop, front of a garage, you cannot park, but you can stop. No parking on the 16th to 31st. No parking on the 1st to on the 15th, which this is the first 4th month, second 4th month. A limited parking area. When you see no parking, this no parking in a white signboard means that area has a limited parking area. So no use of acoustic signal, which is on. No use of acoustic signal. The next one is, I've taught it in sign before, that's why. The next one is subheading 204. Subheading 204. Subheading 204. In 204, it said the P29. Good, the win. 204. If you look at 204, good. Okay, I will explain it. I'll explain it. Good. 204. He said he makes this is a crosswind, but everything like this is what we are going to treat now. The first one is you have two-way traffic flow, that there's a danger maybe because of the road is not so big, so they are telling you that that road that you think is only meant for one direction is for two flow of traffic. The second one is falling rock or landslide. You pass inside of a mountain and the rock might fall on your vehicle. The third one is a quayside or river bank. At the end of that street, you might fall inside the river if you're not careful. This is a loose gravel or loose chipping. There are two questions that comes from there in exam. They say, what does this sign indicate? Two, what is the safety measure you must apply here? The safety measure is that you must not be close to the vehicle in your front, because the rear tire of that vehicle will pick stone and hit it up against your windscreen. So you have to keep a good distance. This is a side wind. Side wind. Side wind. This is a surface at different heights, whether to the left or to the right. That means the road bend, the street bend to one side. This is traffic congestion or traffic queue. This is obstruction, not accidents. Please, this comes in exam most time. Not accident, is obstruction. This is reduced visibility, not rainfall. Many people make mistake. Reduced visibility. This comes out so much, not rainfall. And the last one here is danger due to slippery road, ice and snow, and sign that is not existing. A student posted something now, said, teacher, explain this. Look at this. Look at the sign. This is maximum speed 60, but the background is yellow. Can you see it? Yellow. That means a maximum speed on that area due to road work. A maximum speed on that area due to road works is due to road works. It's due to road works. So the next one, which we're going to treat, is found on subheading 201 P18 road works. That's I've explained it before. Is this due to road work, danger due to road works. Now, the next one is 155. Subheading 155, I think, is in the lightning system. 155. 155. If you're using the old book, the new book, it's still units, lightning and optical sign, unit 7. So 155 talks about the full headlights. The full headlights. What does the full headlight talks? There are three things you have to understand. The full headlight is uses outside of town, not inside town. At night, when you are doing a speed more than 40 km/h, remember, it dazzles. That is it. So in exam, they can ask you, where can you use it? This is at night, outside of town. Can you use it inside the town? No. Another one is subheading 170. 170 talks about a reverse light. We are still on the lightning system and optical, system, which is the last part of it. If you're using it talks about reverse light. What is the color of reverse light? White. That is the only white light at the back. When you engage the reverse gear, the white light will show. So when I'm driving behind you and I see a white light, it means that you are planning to reverse, and I have to be very careful. And it is compulsory for all automobile except motorcycle. Only motorcycle. So in exam, must motorcycle have a reverse light? No, it's not a must. It's not a must. So that is it. Another one is number subheading 122. 122. Subheading 122. 122 is found on unit 5, towards the last part of unit 5, when you have this, a narrow section of road, that who has right to go first. It's a table. The table, you have to understand the table. Who has right to go? When, like for example, a bus and a lorry. Bus is number 5, lorry is number 6. So, but number 5 has right over number 6. So it's just the table. You must understand the table. Or you have number 3, animal drawn vehicle, over a private car, number 7. Animal drawn vehicle will go first, and private car number 7 will go later. The next one is subheading 124. Subheading 124, that is the narrow section of road, the narrow grady hill, or narrow hill. They put an hill. A lorry is coming down and a car is climbing up. Who has priority? Anyone who is climbing has priority over the person who is coming down. You have to note that. Anyone. And anytime you get to a level crossing, be very careful. Reduce your speed and drive with caution. But when it's opening, they said it's opening, it's still on motion, you have to stop. Next one is right of way. We are doing now right of way. So we'll go into subheading 103. 103. 103 is found in maneuver. 103 is found in maneuver. This is it. So it's just like the sign I told you. This is no parking, no stopping. Can you park here? Yeah. Can you park here? No. Can you park here? No. But can you stop here? Yes. Can you stop here? No. So you have to understand, this is no parking, no stopping. But this is no parking alone. I can stop. Another one is subheading 97. 97. 97 is still on maneuver 2, unit 4 in your book, which is this: reverse. According to general law, reversing is prohibited. So if a question says, general rule, can you reverse? No. But if an objective now say exceptional cases, or the question asks, where can you reverse? That is when you now know that in 2 cases. 1, when you enter a no-through road where you cannot change direction, you cannot make a U-turn, you have no option to reverse. And as long as you enter, that is how you're going to reverse back. You can invade junction, no problem. But the second one is when a complementary maneuver, like you park or you stop or you want to join traffic and you want to reverse out. When you're reversing that one, you must not be more than 15 meters and you must not invade junction. The next one here is subheading 67. 67. 67. 67 is maneuver, the beginning of maneuver. Beginning of maneuver. This, where you have how to signal you're going to left, you're going to right, you're reversing, and you're reducing speed. Remember, you're going to the right. You're going to the right is like this. You're going to the left is without the palm facing backward. Not, it's just to be down. You're going reverse is the palm has to face backward, but it's still outstretched. And your stopping or reducing speed is your arm is like this. Good. Another one is 50, is found on 58. 58. 58 is on a special vehicle. Special vehicle. That is unit 2 on your new book. Unit 2. Towards the end of unit 2, where you have this. Just look the picture to be able to get it. So if I were you and I'm using a new book, I will watch this video and use my book to follow up. Now, as a general law, if you ask, there are 3 questions they will ask from this place. 1, what is the maximum speed, generic maximum speed of a special vehicle? It's 40. Another question, special vehicle dash dash dash, they are self-propelled or towed. Another question is, if a special vehicle does not have brake lights or is dragging a trailer, what is the maximum speed? 25. Another question, a maximum speed, a special vehicle that can attain 60 km per hour, what is the maximum speed outside of town? 70. That is it. In case they ask you, what is the maximum speed of a cycle or moped? It's 45. Good. Well, thank you for posting it on our class. Good. So another question is inadequate speed, which is found on 552.1. Inadequate. What is an inadequate speed? A speed that is not good for the condition of that road. For example, the maximum speed on a motorway is 120 for a private car. If you can be doing 120 and it's still inappropriate. Why? Because rain is falling, snow is falling. So in that case, you have to reduce your speed. Abnormal speed is a speed that is lesser than the minimum. Good. Oh, another question is found in 48. 48. 48. 48. 48 is the last part of the unit 1 in your new book. VAO lane. VAO lane is a lane that VAO lane is a lane that is ascribed as a high occupancy for automobile and is seriously used by vehicle transporting people. And remember that this lane can only be used by motorcycle, can only be used by car, can only be used by mixed vehicle, but all must be without trailer. So if you are towing trailer, you can't use the road. You can use it. But it has a limited number of people that can be on it. You must be at least 2 people. You can't be alone to use it. The only person that can be alone to use it is an handicap, a disabled, if he has that sticker of handicap on his car. So when he passes the lane, camera will pick it and camera will register it that he has the right. He can be alone there. Good. Another question comes up from subheading 37. 37 is still unit 1. Unit 1, talking about how you negotiate a roundabout. How you negotiate a roundabout. Those in the roundabout, they have rights over you joining the roundabout. Or if a vehicle has come in, a group of cyclists, one has come in, you have to allow order to finish before you join. Number lay-by. The lay-by on the road, I've explained the lay-by in the sign when I was doing the lay-by. The sign of junction bus. Junction bus sign is the sign that are placed on the roadway, which is found on the end part of sign, unit 8, which you have crisscross, gray. You don't get stuck on it. You have to leave it. You have to make sure, even though the light ahead shows green, you must make sure that there's a space before you cross it. Another one is found on distraction. Is distraction. Distraction can be internal and can be external. Mobile phone, everything can distract you. So distraction, how can you correct distraction? By concentrating. The use of GPS, navigating system. Navigating system, another is a speed controller. Another speed controller, apart from speedometer gauge. GPS is a speed controller, and you must make sure that you Set it before starting to move. You don't touch it when you are moving. Another question talks on alcohol. Alcohol. Alcohol is found on 305. Alcohol is a drug. Somebody asked me 2 days ago that, can I take coffee while driving? Coffee is a drug. It comes in exam. Coffee is a drug. Alcohol is a drug. Anything that stimulates you, they are stimulators. Anything that stimulates you is a drug. So in that case, they make you high and you misfire in reaction time. So in that case, they are not good for you to drive. We have called pedestrian crossing. Can you park on pedestrian crossing? No. Can you overtake on the pedestrian crossing or near it? No. The seat belt is compulsory for everybody, whether in built-up area or outside built-up area. Can a pregnant woman use it? If a question, I already treat this thing in the exam, in the class, that if the pregnant person has a kind of medical report that exempts the person. The correct measure of saving fuel, that is economizing your fuel. Correct measure, you change gear appropriately. You use the correct octane of fuel. You service your engine always. And you drive without more revolution. Vroom, vroom. No, you drive softly. The grip has to do with the tire and the road. So your tire has to be good. Remember that when your tire is less, you will not have good gripping. When your tire is high, you will not have good gripping also. The airbag is not only one. A lot of people are used to only one airbag, that even some people are even used to two, that they thought that there's only airbag for the driver on the steering and the co-pilot. No, we have cutting, we have side airbag, we have back airbag, most of the car. So the question that comes for one of our students last week is about the airbag, that did we have other airbag apart from those co-pilots and the pilot? Yes, we have cutting. There are some car that has 8 airbags. So side, cutting. So just know that in case it comes in exam for you. So that is everything we need to get in that area. Now, a student posted something that I should explain this sign. This is a return arrow. A return arrow marking on the ground. What is this arrow insinuating? This arrow is telling anybody who has overtaken, who has changed this lane to this lane. Now you're overtaking, you're overtaking. It's telling you that very soon this broken line you are seeing will become solid due to reduced visibility ahead. So there might be a danger to a vehicle coming. So you have to go back to your own lane. Go back to your own lane. That's what it's trying to tell you. You go back to your lane. You go back to your lane. You go back to your lane. So it's reminding you to go back to your lane because you are going to meet a continuous line. So if this question comes in the exam, what you need to watch is the answer, whether it's talking about the proximity of a solid line, a continuous line, or it's telling you are going to get to a proximity of where you don't have visibility or due to presence of danger. That's it. That is the third thing that has to do with it. So any question from anyone? Any question generally? Any question? So I give room. Any question? You can call in on 620-586-038, or you type your question on the screen. Any question? I'm waiting to answer questions from us. Any question? Any question? I'll be waiting. We still have time. Any question? If you are a student, you should be able to have some question. This is a section for us all. I've treated mine, so I have to wait for a question from us. Any question from anybody? Let's see whether somebody posts. Okay. I've answered the ones that any question? Good. Okay. Sir, is the snow chain mandatory when it is raining or when there is snow? The snow chain is not mandatory when it's raining. It has nothing to do with rain. It's only used in snow. That is why they call it snow chain. It is compulsory you use it during snow for you to have a good gripping. But immediately you pass a road where there's no more gripping, what you need to do is to park and you remove it. It's only used in the rain. Remember that apart from, a question comes in the exam, said, apart from snow chain, did you have any other thing that will make the wheel to have grip? Yes. We have the spike tire, we have the spray, but they are not as effective as snow chain. Another question. If I answer your question and you are clear, please, Sister Vivian, please thumb up. Let me know if your question, if I'm able to answer you, you're not clear. If I don't see your thumb up, I'll still continue coming back to the question to explain. So, thumb up. Good. Thank you, ma. So, something from Sister Wumi say, how did we know the difference of overtaking in tunnel? Some answers said you can overtake, while some say no. Good. In the tunnel, if you are asked, just come like this, apply this method. When you enter a tunnel and they said, can you overtake in this tunnel? Look, if the tunnel is one lane going, one lane coming, you can overtake. But have this as a general law in your brain that I can overtake. So far, I did not enter the other lane for person who is coming. I did not face the person who is coming because that one is not permitted. So which means since I don't enter the lane of the person who is coming, it means that we have at least 2 lanes in our own direction. So if an objective now comes, the objective that says, watch this kind of question, you have to watch. There's some question you have to just watch. The objective is the one that will tell you whether it's exceptional rule or general law. Like now, a question says, can you overtake in the tunnel? Now, A says no. B say, yes, provided that I did not enter the oncoming lane. I will pick the answer because that answer is the best one. You understand me? Because it's telling me the theory already. So that is it. That's it. I think a student posted on our page, school page, can somebody change direction on the square? This is to change direction. Obligation to make a circular flow of traffic is always found and roundabout, but it's not always a roundabout. You understand me? Obligation to make a U-turn on or to change direction, because U-turn is change of direction. Good. So, from Levis, can motorcycle or 3-wheel vehicle wear a reflective jacket? Yes. For what is the purpose of reflective jacket? Is to see when you are under emergency, when you are repairing, you should put it on. But when you are driving a normal motorcycle, maybe I'm going to work, I don't need to put it on. What I need, because my helmet is reflective. Some things I wear should not be just dark. It should be something that can be reflective. You understand me? It should be something that can be reflective. So that is it. So for people that are sending question on the class page, please, I'm not coming back to class page to explain. Just write by yourself there that they've explained it now in YouTube, so that people can visit the YouTube, so that students will not be waiting for me to come there to explain again, because I told everybody to come to this YouTube. So So any other question again? Any other question? I'm still waiting for question because we have like still 10 minutes to go. I want to have time with students today. Now, a question from Brosca says, after 2 years of a new driver, after 2 years of a new driver, what is the back? That is a Google translation from some text that you should be careful when you are using. Be careful, just choose their question. What is the question? What does that your question talks about bar? Is it talking about the alcohol level? That's it. Is it talking about the alcohol level? If it's talking about the alcohol level, that means after 2 years, you extend to the normal person, which is 0.25 milligram per liter in the breath and 0.5 gram per liter in the blood. So that is it. But in exam, there's nothing like BAC, BAC. So, does compulsory insurance cover my body injury? Compulsory insurance does not cover your own body injury when you are at fault. But when you are not at fault, the question, be careful when the question comes. If the question says when you are at fault, it does not cover you. When you are not at fault, that means the compulsory insurance of that person will cover you. It will cover you. But when you are at fault, it will not cover you. Another question, please, sir. Explain about a longitudinal line in a curve. Is that allowed to overtake? Good. Let me try to explain this. Now look at this. I want to draw. That's why I want to draw. I'm sorry. I think I have a jotter here. Jotter. Now, look at this. I want to draw something for you to be clear. How can I get to this teaching in YouTube again? You just have to go to the name, this YouTube, subscribe. When you subscribe, now go to the page. You will see different video that we do. I've not deleted them. Most of everyone we do every week is there. You can always sit down, watch, subscribe. But most of the people that are watching it today now, you've not subscribed. Many of you people subscribe to comedy, but you didn't subscribe. That's it. So when you subscribe, you go back. Just go back. Just go to the YouTube and type Steve Adetela, the name you are seeing on this YouTube. Steve, somebody should help me to write it on the live chat. Steve Adetela. Just type it on YouTube. You will see all the video we've been doing. I've not started deleting it because I'm doing one in the studio very soon for next year. Next year, where we'll be having studio. So by the time I have the studio, I will clean everything and I will put all those studio and I will code it that if you don't pay me, you can't get the video. But now it's still free for everybody. So the student was asking, I should explain the longitudinal line, the curve. Look at it. For example, now this is a curve. I'm drawing. Now, the line is broken. But when it gets to the curve, it becomes solid. It means that if you even overtake, immediately you get here, before the solid, come back to your lane because you are not seeing a car that is coming here. It's very risky for you to continue overtaking. That's why they put a solid line that go back to your lane here so that you carry out the bend. That's it. A question, yeah, is basic alcohol content. Good. That's alcohol. That's why I said alcohol stuff. Now, thanks. I'm okay now for now. Good. Another question say, how can I get today's teaching from YouTube? Yeah, they've explained, they posted it already. That's Steve. Just subscribe. Many people don't subscribe. Subscribe. Please, I want to beg people that are watching this video free. Subscribe, please. Don't stop watching my video free. Don't stop waiting for me to finish live video for you to watch without subscribing. It's not helpful. I see viewer 6,000 last video and I was surprised. Last week I saw viewer 700 and something and I was, my God. But we have live. How many people on live? Please, let's be faithful. You can't be using my material without just subscribing. Appreciate, just to thumb up. Appreciate it, please. Good. So a question says, can you remove an injured person in the car accident? Yes, and it's no. Let me tell you why it's yes and no. It's yes because if you realize that a secondary accident can occur, for example, the car somersault tumbled and the person is under the car and fuel is dropping and the car wants to burn, and you've called ambulance is still on the way, but you have experience to remove the person. You can remove the person in a way that will not remove the neck, because if anything happens to the person when the ambulance comes, they can summon you that your inexperience caused the person to lose his neck bone or spinal cord. So that's it. And again, it's no, because as a general law, they say we should not touch them. But touching them, you must be the one with experience. That is it. So another question says, sorry, I am Mr. Peter. I log with my other email. No problem. You do okay. No problem. No problem, Mr. Peter. Okay, no problem. No, is no problem. So what we are doing is that if you are my student and you have my book, you follow up. You'll be able to follow up easily. If you don't have my book, it will just be like what I'm saying. Some people come in and they go out because they don't have my book. So when you don't have my book, it will be like you won't get where we are. We will not get it so clear unless you've been to exam before. So any other question from anybody? Any other question? Any other question? We are still on question time. Question time. Okay, a question was posted on the page. Sir, please, can you throw more light on number 22? Number 22. Number 22 says, the number 22 from our study book, the other big book I give everybody, number 22. So maybe later on the page, you will be able to tell us test what and this. He said, why shouldn't the front of the vehicle be modified? There are two things. Why you should not modify it, change the bumper, put spoiler. People spoiler. When you spoil it, you have to take it back to ITV, even though you just passed ITV yesterday. One, solely because the rule prohibits it. B, because the vehicle will lose top speed. C, because it's usually designed to prevent injury for pedestrian. Yes, that's the best answer. Because when you change it, you want to change it to sports. When you hit a pedestrian, you kill the pedestrian straight. So, because the way they mold it in a way that it will not quickly kill pedestrian. So that is, be careful of that. You don't change the modification, but when you change modification, it has to pass through ITV. It has to pass through ITV. That's it. So any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? We are here. Any other question? I'm still here. We are still here. Any question? Any question from student? I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting. Any question? You can call in on 620-586-038 also. Question. I'm still waiting. Question. Question. A question from 7. Okay. He posted it on the class page and said, while driving along the highway, a vehicle intended for transporting a dangerous good breakdown. Is it correct for a car to tow it? No. On highway, a car cannot tow. On highway, you cannot use your car to tow. Highway is motorway, dual carriageway, highway for automobile. You cannot use your car to tow. In a built-up area, you can't use car to tow, but exceptional cases says if that vehicle blocks the road, you can just use your car to push it to a suitable place so that there will be a free flow of traffic. But on motorway, dual carriageway, which are highway, you cannot use other vehicle to tow. They are vehicle designed for towing. You understand me? Look at this question now that you sent. If you are a student, if you are not careful, you go and look on this thing, you go and look on picture, you might get it wrong. That is why I said the sequence of passing theory is if the question does not say according to the picture, or the question does not say you should go and look picture, don't look picture, please. If the question say according to picture, look picture very well, understand the picture. Understand the picture. But if the question is not talking about looking picture, don't look picture. Any other question? I'm still with you. I'm still with us. I'm still with us. We have like 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. 4 minutes to go. So if you're watching our video and you feel like being a student, remember I said you can call us. We are available wherever you are. Distance is not a barrier. We'll make it real. When you give us your time, make it real. Question, let me see. I'm yelling ping. Okay. Okay. Thank you, sir. Okay. Thanks, sir. So, a question is, the question says, does vehicle travel on track have right of way over the one on the road? Yes. Look, whether the track is coming from the right or from the left, you know, there's a general law that says if you get to a junction and where you are for junction, you give right of way to the vehicle coming from the right. Abi? Good. But if that from the right is track, rail, tram, like what you have in Pala, you must honor any vehicle on the rail. That is why at Palato train station, if you want to cross it and tram is coming, you have to wait for the tram. You honor the tram. Anyone on the tram, the track has right of way over you that is driving on the roadway. So that is it. You don't compete with the track. Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? Any other question? We have 2 minutes to go. Any other question? Any other question? If you have question, we continue. But 2 minutes to go. I really appreciate as many that comes on board today. Very so lovely having everybody online, so lovely today. So wonderful. I think Sunday is getting more interesting than Saturday, where everybody is busy. Some go to choir practice, some have to prepare, you know. So I don't, one thing, you'll forgive me for this, I don't have actual right time to have everybody together at the same time. Some will tell you they are working this, they are working. Some has to write me, teacher, that time you put that one. That's why I put 4 o'clock today, so that maybe, because some said, okay, after church, when we close on church 3 o'clock, I can be able to join before I go for another meeting that I have. So please, that is why I don't delete it. You can rewatch it. You can rewatch it. When you rewatch it, if anything you want to ask question, you can bring the question to the class, or you call me on 620-586-038. So I'm available. And again, Please, I will beg us, because most of people that are watching me are English speaking people here in Spain. I will beg you that, look, a lot of our Nigerian people have problem by getting them in exam, and a lot of people that they did exam for are even on wanting list. I will beg you, help us to tell people on the street. Don't pay people to do for you. If you know you cannot read and write and you cannot do it, it's better you start entering your taxi and train and tram. Madrid is connected with transport system. Don't go and look for problem of a lying down lion. Spanish government is lying down lion. If you go and knock their door and look for police problem, they will bite you with all the COVID-20 into COVID-21. And if they remove your paper, you are still. I saw people calling me, sir, what can I do? I gave somebody just take my paper and go and help me to do license, and they caught them in one village. Somebody take your paper and go and do. You know, I have a tribal mic. I don't know what is going on. I don't encourage anybody. And if you're watching my video, don't call me to pay. That if I can teach you to pass. I can help you to pass if you're available. The time you pass, the time Mr. A and Mr. B pass is always different. You can't pass at the same time. But what matters is that when you fail, keep pushing. You will get it. A question comes and says, on the twin road, where can you drive your car? The twin, you drive on the right. As a general law, you must always drive on the right. On the right. On the right always. You overtake on the left, the next lane to you. So please encourage a lot of Nigeria, I went to a place yesterday and somebody was saying, please, I want to ask you something. Can you get somebody that will do it for me? I said, no, unless you are ready to lose your resident. Unless you're ready to lose your resident. So it's better you don't go and look for problem. The country is facing the stress of pandemic. Don't go and add problem to it. I always keep, because a lot of people, they don't tell you. We are a kind of nation that allow other people to fall into the problem before you will know that that person has that problem. He might be driving. He does not have license again. And anybody that does not encourage you, when you tell the person, I'm going to school, I'm studying, and the person says, why are you wasting your time? The person, if he has a license, be careful of that kind of person. Be careful. It's very, very important. You don't know where you'll be tomorrow. Tomorrow you might be opportunity to be in America. You might be opportunity to be in another European country where the necessity is very important. Very important. People outside the other country, they look Spain as a place where you can get it easily. Why? Because you do theory, 30 question. You fail 27, you still pass. You do practical. If you know what you are doing, you pass it. You don't get them. It's not like that in other countries, Scandinavia, other country, where you have to pass through different thing for you to get it. Here you can study and get it. It's more easier. A lot of people are pumping into Alicante from UK, from different country, and they are doing it, and they are passing, and they go back to their country to use it because it's the same European Union. So please, if you don't have time to do it, wait for your time. Don't go and pay somebody. If you cannot read and write, take time, take pace. Be studying, be listening to it, listening to my voice, take the book, small. When you see yourself grow, pick date for exam. It's your money. It's your money. Pick date for exam. Just pick date for exam. Go and try it. You try it, good. Yes, I know it. One thing is that if you don't make a try, you won't know how the exam is. When you pay for the exam, you have two chances. The second chance is you are not paying anything. So when you don't go and see the way the exam is, you won't know. When you prepare, go and see the exam. Don't just say, I want to go and try. I don't try. I never call any student that go and do exam. No, I can tell you are ripe. And when you're ripe, you see yourself. When you start doing some tests. And you see that you are improving. You will know by yourself if really you target it. This thing you can give 2 weeks, intensive 2 weeks. If you give intensive 2 weeks, I could remember many years ago, 19 years ago, exactly 19 years ago, when I did the first exam of driver's license and I failed the first one. And then it was in Spanish, 40 question. So automatically your second sitting is 7 days time. You don't go and take second sitting. It's 7 days time. So when you fail the first one, 7 days time, because they will give you the 2 sitting at the same time when you go and register, then in the whole Spain. Immediately, I was with one brother. The brother is in UK now. Then we now said, we have to sit down. We fail. We both fail. And we fail. How many do we fail that time? We fail. I think one that takes us away. And I could ever remember that question that failed me. The question that failed me is a bus stop. Bus stop different from bus lane. Bus stop from bus lane. Because I did not understand the bus stop. Different between bus stop and bus lane. I didn't connect it. But I took 1 week seriously. I would take my book to a parking. I could remember one Sunday towards my exam. I was in a parking. I didn't go to church. I was violent that how will I fail this thing again? So, and it was a success story. So determination, you can't be, I don't care. I carry a Monday, not till next week Monday. It will not pack up. To not pack up to results. Let's give time for it. Let's give time. As I'm giving time for it. Let's give, apart from because you pay me, but give time for it and you'll get it. You get it. So please be encouraged. When you have it, all the stress is over. When you have it, the day you have your license, all the stress, you forget the stress of Steve calling you in the night. Steve teaching, you want to teach Monday, you want to teach Wednesday, you want to teach YouTube, you calling on YouTube on Sunday. This man, even somebody called me yesterday, said, teacher, why you know cancel am? I said, you'd like cancel. Me, I don't want to carry over because I have everything to deliver every week. You understand me? I have students that are going to do exam this week, this coming blessed week, and they must pass. They must pass and give me and give the testimony. So thank you very much for joining us. And we are always available. Tell people on the street about us. Share our poster, share our video. Tell people that somebody is making it real. He's making it real. He lives in Madrid and it's possible. He's a Nigerian person like you and it's making it possible. Spread our news. Spread our news. Be an evangelist of our dream and God will bless you. I remain Steve Ade Teller. I come your way again. God bless you. Bye.